Alright, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but we are at Meramec Caverns off I-44 in something, Missouri. What's the name of the town?
Stanton.
Stanton, Missouri, that's right. It's like 3 miles off I-44 south of it. It's a pretty place. First time here. So they got zip lining, canoeing, rafting, kayaking. I hear they got a great ice cream shop, which we'll definitely check out. They got an actual hotel on site, which we tried to get, but it was already booked. It's fine. We got RV and tent camping. There's the hotel. And that big RV right down there is Santa Claus. We'll go see Santa Claus. But we'll get you some more video here in a minute. We're going to do a tour through the cavern and maybe go on the river maybe. Alright, walking into Meramec Caverns.
No.
Come here, this right here to sign in, pay. So after you pay, you come down here and get in line. And they take like 50 people at a time. So we'll be here for a little while.
We call this the gunpowder room because it used to be occupied by the Union and they were mining saltpeter in here, which is just a very fancy word for crystallized bat poop. They were taking that and turning it into gunpowder until a group of people called the Quantrill Raiders came in. Those people were members of the Confederacy. They came in and kind of took over that mining operation. Two of those people were Frank and Jesse James, which we'll talk more about as we go on in the tour, but for now what we have in this room is this pendulum. Typically the function of a pendulum is to show you the rotation of Earth on its axis. It'll go back and forth, side to side, appear to be rotating with the Earth. That is usually because this one does not work. It was built by a team of high schoolers in the 1950s for their science fair project, so naturally mistakes were made. Their first mistake being that they wanted to hang this up with cast iron. Cast iron in this cave environment needs oiled every 2 weeks or it will rust, so you definitely don't want to hang something from the ceiling with that. This has, of course, been hung with a safe attachment and cable, and the pendulum itself is supposed to be 1,000 pounds of solid lead. It is only 98 pounds of stainless steel, which is why I can push it around, and that's pretty much what everybody does all day, is we just kind of push it around and make fun of it for not working. This is easily our most underwhelming stop on the tour, but it does get better from here.
We're talking about aliens.
gunpowder room. These guys were some of the Quantrill raiders that came in and stopped that mining operation. And because of that, they had previous knowledge of this cave. They were also robbers, and they actually stole about $12,000 worth of payroll from the Denver, Missouri Mining Company. Today, that would equal to about $250,000, so these guys got a really good haul. They were being followed by the Gladsville police, who actually followed them back to this cave. They waited outside for them for 3 days and 3 nights, trying to starve them out. It did not work. These guys did not come out, so they came in looking for them. But they quickly called off their search, realizing that they were worried about being ambushed, and they didn't want to venture any further into the darkness of the cave. They thought there was no other way out for them anyways, but there was. Frank and Jesse actually went down to the right and went up and out to what would now be covered by the modern-day parking lot. So if you tried their escape today, it would not work, but that is the route that they took.
That's cool.
Very astute observation. There is a picture of Lassie, which I will absolutely be taking a picture of. That's a dog. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, the cables got tight. Tight for you too. You better duck a little bit more, right? Really close to.
That's fine.
Well, it might be fine, but you know what? They're too big for us to pick up. For sure. plus it kind of offsets.
Smart. You take care of him very well.
And
He's not used to that.
yeah, he said, these are good. He's, Mike needed some heat. Some heat.
Yeah.
And I found a couple we went to Dollar General and I bought some tube socks and I filled them with rice.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Works great. These are still dripping.
They're growing.
Yeah, they're growing, is right. The columns are getting thicker.
Wait, I still wonder if that's where Linda got the list of pleasantnesses from, because we always used to go to the caves all the time, didn't we? First one. Cost by vet or merchant.
I don't dare offer an opinion on that.
You know that that's fine. You know, when she passed away, I was not like to see her. She was so sweet. And she was like, okay, why is this going to be perfect?
Well, you don't know.
I cried. It's done now.
Yeah, but
It's never going to be better.
Right. But it's never going to get any worse.
Right.
It is, yeah. There's a sense of
Me and Elizabeth cried a lot. Her vision of her is different than mine. My version is that way.
All right, guys, welcome to the jungle room. We call this the jungle room because it kind of looks like you're in a jungle of stalactites and stalagmites. If you look behind the jungle room, back there you'll see what we call our spaghetti room. We call that the spaghetti room because it's got a lot of those longer, skinnier formations. When those formations are first forming and starting out, we call them speleothems or soda straw stalactites because they actually mimic a soda straw. They're hollow in the center and the water drips through them. Eventually the water clogs the bottom of them, forcing water to the outer edges, which is how we start seeing those bigger formations. The formations that are on the ceiling are called stalactites. The ones that are on the ground are called stalagmites. We like to say stalactites hang tight to the ceiling and stalagmites you might trip over. When they come together to form one solid formation that goes ceiling to floor, we call that a column or a pillar. All the formations that we're looking at in this cave are pretty old, even those teeny tiny ones that are just starting out. These formations take 100 to 150 years to grow just 1 cubic inch. We're also at our deepest point in the cave right now. In the jungle room, we are 364 feet underground. We obviously didn't walk down that far. We're just at the bottom of a huge bluff. We actually just walked straight into the side of it. And this is also our room where we can offer total cave darkness, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's where I can shut off all the lights in here and show you guys how naturally dark it gets in here. Are you guys interested in seeing that? Okay. I'm gonna have everyone put your phones away, and if you have like an Apple Watch on or anything, just kind of tuck that behind you. I have a yeah.
They're very cool.
They are, but she was saying that humans, I guess, have a disease that conditions teeth on us. So they're trying to keep it away
So once you come out of the end of the cave, you go up this, and at the very back where they turned out the lights earlier, they said there's like 16 more miles of explorable cave, but it's not on the tour. And you come out and go up this long ramp. Back and forth.
It's called the wine room. We call this room the wine room for a few different reasons. The first reason being is those botryoid structures. They're circular and they kind of look like grapes. Grapes make wine. Wine room. The second reason why we call this room the wine room is because we have nicknamed our aragonite structure our wine table. Aragonite structure is a structure that grows up out of the ground on at least 2 legs, not supported by anything else, so it's not connected to the wall or the ceiling. And it is made up of those botryoids, so it also forms underwater. There have only been 2 of these formations ever discovered in the world. We have one up these stairs that is 7 feet tall on 3 legs. The only other one that's been discovered is in an underwater cave in Sicily, Italy, that is 3 feet tall on 2 legs. So ours is a little bit bigger, better, cooler to look at, easier to get to. Wine table, wine room. And the last reason why we call these stairs, we call this room the wine room, is because of the stairs. Everyone whines about the stairs, everyone from maintenance to me to everybody, mostly me. Nobody really likes doing these stairs, and in all seriousness, it's perfectly understandable if any of you guys do not want to go up these stairs, as the formations do make them have water on them. They can be a little bit slick. So if there is anybody that is just not sure of their footing or just simply does not want to go up these stairs, that's perfectly fine. You guys can come over here to this side and I can have you guys wait in the theater room. So we go up 58 stairs into the wine room, and then we go down 21 into the theater room. The theater room has bench seats, so you can just sit down there. Is there anybody here that would not like to do the stairs today? And if so...
This feels like 102 stairs. Yeah, it is. Thank you.
And be careful.
Yeah, basically, I walk like almost 5 miles a day. It says like 28 to 30 flights of stairs. So I feel like that's enough for every day. And back there, you'll see our aragonite structure. It's that structure with that metal peg leg. I know I said it forms and stands on its own, and that is true. Ours did form and stand on its own up until about the 1960s. We had a prom here, and a couple boys snuck away from their prom down in the ballroom, came up here and had a pull-up competition on it. So clearly nobody won because it broke, and now it has that peg leg. It's not a total support beam. It's not holding the whole structure up. It's just kind of holding that chunk back on there.
Actually, can I say something?
Yes.
It looks like someone spilled wine on that thing.
It does.
What is it?
The wine room.
And you guys can just take any seat down here in this theater room.
And back down the stairs. How many steps did you say there were?
So there's 58 on the way up and then 21 on the way down.
Okay. Just be prepared.
And if you look up here, this is like a spot where it's been cut open and you can see all the rings that are inside the formation,
really?
like
Right
up
there.
underneath there.
Oh. We'll come back
That
up
is
after we
cool.
picture that.
Oh yes, they definitely. And that one too.
Was it?
Yeah. It's good for you. So.
Right. Right. Good exercise. And it's just like, and you're not outside of what you did.
Yes. That's actually why I think this job. I think I'm trying to make the cave.
Well, that concludes our Meramec Caverns tour. There was a lot of cool stuff to see that we did not record because it was dark. Other than that, this place is pretty awesome, worth every cent. I recommend checking it out.